What's up, people? I am back for another video. Um, I know I said I might be doing Planet of the Apes today. I don't know yet if I'm going to, because I'm going to be doing stuff later, so I don't know how long, and I'm going to be doing that stuff, and because I'm going to be hanging out with some friends at some point today, like in terms of on Discord, and I don't know if I'm going to have time, because I also got to watch Blade for Mara's stream later, so I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that and watch Planet of the Apes, so I'm not saying I won't, but if you don't see a Planet of the Apes video, it probably won't be today. I'll probably do that next week. If anything, I'll just do that one next week. We'll see. I still might watch it, but I don't know. But today, I figured, I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I kind of wanted to think about this movie for a day. Today, I am reviewing Late Night with the Devil. To me, this is the best horror film of the year. This film was incredible. This is one of those films I was stunned, like, right after. I had to, like, think, like, kind of just, I was just, like, stunned, like, in a good way. Like, how great this was. And this basically is, like, I don't know if you can't really call it found footage, but it definitely has found footage elements. Where basically the film is, this late night talk show episode is on during the events of Halloween '77. The host wants to boost ratings. He brings a girl who claims she's possessed onto the show, and things go haywire basically, and that's pretty much the movie. Like literally, like the way it's done is so fucking great. Like for one, you feel immersed. Like you feel like you're in the '70s. Even like the way it's shot. The footage is very grainy. I don't know if they used actual film, like, or cameras from the '70s, and maybe that's why it looks so good, or it's just a grainy effect that just looks really good. Either way, it looked incredible. Like, this is one of those films where it feels like you're in 1977. This doesn't just feel like, oh, this is a movie that's set in modern times that just tried to pull. No, like, you really feel immersed in it. Even, like, there are scenes where there'll be like Station 9 or whatever, like, Channel 9 will be back kind of thing. Like they have things like that throughout the film because, it's a variety show. This was the '70s. So, and basically, it talks about like obviously Satanism, and they bring on a girl. And basic things just go wrong. And there's a scene where the little girl's head, this is towards the end, where her head splits open and you get these crazy looking effects, and she kind of starts killing people. And that fucking ending, where he thinks he's stabbing his wife because, she has cancer, which is revealed earlier in the film, and basically she wants to die. But he turns out it wasn't Madeline, it was the little girl, and then a lot of his crew are just dead. So it is a crazy ending. So yeah, this is a great fucking film. I heavily recommend it. I actually think, too, there were scenes that genuinely, I'm not going to say scared me, but, like, were creepy. I'm like, wow. The atmosphere, the score, the acting from everybody, this feels like, and I know this is going to be a strong word, but it's almost like this generation's Exorcist, but in a good way, not in, like, a negative. Like, this is the type of horror film that's going to, like, stand the test of time. Like, this is one of those, like, I wish it did better, but I think it had a limited release and all that. But I want more people talking about this movie because this film is legit amazing. The actor that played Jack Delroy did great. A lot of the actors are not like known; they're kind of smaller actors, but it works, and it really. Just everything about this film. That ending, dude, left me like, holy shit. What an ending. So yeah, dude, what a film. Like, 10 out of 10. Like, this is probably like, I only have like, this might be my only 10 out of 10 this year so far. Like, I don't think I can give it anything else. Like, this film was perfect. It did everything right, especially within like the horror genre. Um, so yeah, and yeah, man, the just almost like too. This film does escalation very well too, like the way it just starts and then just things slowly escalate throughout is done so well. So for sure, my favorite horror movie this year. Objectively, probably the best movie this year, but if I'm just if I'm going, it's definitely the best horror film this year. I so far, yeah, we're only in May, so there's you got Nosferatu later down the year. You got I don't think Terrifier 3 it'll probably be one of my favorites. I don't see it being like the best one. This was incredible. This was an experience watching this movie. Wish I watched it in theaters, but I remember just first hearing about this movie. I wanted to see it in theaters, but they never had any showings at my theater, so you know, so awesome film. Just wow. So this will probably be my only video today. I might still do Planet of the Apes, Tim Burton one. If not, I'll do it tomorrow for sure. I'll definitely not tomorrow. I meant to say next Wednesday if I don't do it today. Tomorrow I am gonna be reviewing The Nice Guys. Figured, like I said, last week when I first announced I was doing Nice Guys. We just did The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. That movie got me wanting to watch Nice Guys anyway. So I figured we'll just do that one Thursday. If nothing, like if I don't have to go to work or anything, we'll be doing that on Thursday. I'll announce this too. If I don't have to work tomorrow, it'll probably be earlier in the day tomorrow. Like I'll probably watch it during the day and then review it during the day. So, or it'll probably be like that. So, but anyways, let's get into Late Night with the Devil. So we get like a prologue going into like the documentary aspect. Goes into the host Jack Delroy's show Night Owls, and it's competing against the Johnny Carson show. And they also talk about like obviously Satanism. There's like little, I guess you want to call it compilation. I don't know what you want to call it. We see Jack. He visits the Grove. Obviously, which people actually think is a real place. His wife Madeline gets cancer and dies. Unfortunately, and you get a little bit like Jack. It's interesting, his character throughout the film, because he makes mistakes, but you do feel bad for the dude. And because of his wife's death, production is halted on Night Owls. He returns, and he decides to do an occult themed, there's a lot of occult stuff in this movie, especially the name Late Night with the Devil. Literally, it's about Satan possessing a little girl. So, so there's a psychic, a medium, and a magician, and Lily, who is this little girl. She thinks she's possessed, basically. So it basically, this film plays like a little bit like a found footage movie, because this is done like almost like in real time, like you're watching like the show. It's, I mean, obviously it's a movie, but it's done like you're watching like the variety show live, like as it's happening right now. So I love that too. Like I love, like, it's a movie, but it's not like they're trying to sell it like you're watching like actual found footage, like the found footage episode. So Christo, who's the medium, gets a premonition about a girl named Minnie. Turns out that's his wife. That's his little nickname he used to call her. She then becomes sick and then vomits black liquid. This is where we see Lily, who survived a mass suicide by a satanic church. Um, and June, who's like, I don't know if she's like one of the people who work on the show, warns Jack, but Jack wants her to conjure a demon, which she does, which was creepy. Like the demon stuff when it starts happening. Okay, I'm jumping ahead. Okay, before that happens, Christo, the girl who vomited, ends up dying. So this is where the little girl becomes possessed by Mr. Wiggles, levitates stuff. We get a lot of the special effects too look pretty good because there's little moments of special effects, like, you know, she shoots electricity and all that. And then Gus, who's challenged, Carmichael challenges Gus to basically wants Carmichael to do a hypnotism demonstration, which people start seeing worms coming out of, which was trippy. There's a lot of like good trippy imagery in this movie. Like the scene where you got Gus, I think it's not like actually happening, but you see like worms coming out of like his face and shit, and eating him. It's very, it was a hallucination. Then Carmichael accuses Jack of basically doing it all for ratings and that make this whole fake thing happen just for ratings. Jack sees a ghost of Madeline. Like, this movie is paced very well. Like, it just kind of, everything just escalates. So Lily becomes possessed again, shoots lightning, bolt of lightning. Then her head splits open. This is where we get this shot of, like, this bright light coming out. Like, this movie just goes, man. Like, that's why, like, if you notice, I am kind of going fast through the movie. It's just because there's really not a lot to dissect. This is not one of those movies. She throws Jack, ends up killing Gus. She kills like a bunch of people. Then Jack starts having visions. He starts seeing like a nightmare. He's basically like in a nightmare. He sees he starts seeing the show go back in time, and it turns out that the demon that possessed Lily, he has actually seen. It turns out he encountered the demon at one of his escapades at the Grove. Because it turns out Jack, it's one of those like blood deal things that the reason it's successful is because he made a deal basically which gave Madeline cancer in exchange for a show being successful. Madeline appears, begs Jack to put her out of her misery, and then he uses a ritual dagger. He ends up stabbing Madeline, and then it switches, and then he turns out he's actually stabbing Lily. And he stands over the body of a lot of dead guests, and police are arriving. Very crazy ending. Like, what the fuck? I was kind of silent, just like, like that. Like I was. This movie is amazing. I didn't think this was gonna be that good. I probably should have watched this movie way sooner because man, this was great. This is what horror should be. This is what I think like found footage needs to kind of get to. Do more shit like analog horror is what I've heard the word thrown around a lot when I've seen people talk about this movie. That's what this is. They really made you do good. They did a good job of making it feel like you're watching it like an actual found footage, but not in like the cringy found footage. Like it's legit. This guy's variety show and some crazy shit happened. Like it's done well. The demon effects, that happened throughout. Not all the time. It's in. Here's the thing about this film too. I'm not gonna say it's slow because I don't think it's slow, but there's not a lot of like. It's not a jump scare heavy film. There's a lot of dialogue, but I still think it's really well done. As long as like for me, as long as the dialogue is really well done, I don't mind a lot of dialogue. I'm not one of those people who, oh no, there's a lot of dialogue. I think because I've always said there's a difference between dialogue and then just doing exposition dumps. And the dialogue in this film is incredible. So it's compelling enough that you just. And that, I'm going to say it again, that fucking ending is insanity. I almost feel like you got to watch it for yourself. Me describing it isn't putting it, like, I just feel like I'm not even doing it any justice just describing it. It's one of those endings I feel like you got to see. Like, this is a crazy, especially for horror, this is definitely one of probably my favorite endings in a horror film in a long fucking time. I've never seen a horror ending get me like that, and not in a long time. Like, this was incredible. Like, the performances, the immersion, like, it really felt like you're in 1977, They really did a good, like, even, like, down to, like, I don't know if they used actual cameras from the 70s, or they used film, or it was just some effect, whatever. It really looked like it was from the 70s, even down to like the station will be back, and it's like this 70s looking like, I don't know, you'll call it screensaver or whatever. It works. They really made you feel immersed. It didn't just feel like, okay, this is just a modern movie. Like, I want more people to watch this movie. This is one of those people feel need to see it. I even feel like even if you're not a horror fan, it's like Exorcist. I think you need to watch it just to experience it once. I get it. Some people don't like that occult stuff and that possession stuff, but I feel like it's done in a way, and it's not like it's the entire movie. It's not even like The Exorcist in that sense, where Reagan gets possessed pretty early on, and then it's a lot of watching her be possessed. It's not like that. But the moments you do see Lily being possessed, who I thought she was very well acted. Like, I normally don't really like kid actors. She was good. I thought this film was done well. I just feel like it's one of those movies I just feel like people need to see once. Just because the acting and just the immersion and just I don't know. I just think it's an experience kind of movie. And I just feel like, even if you're not a horror fan, I get it. If you're not a horror fan and you're like also just don't like really watching scary stuff, I get it. Especially because there is like some demon shit in it and devil that does deal with those elements. Oh, I didn't even mention when it goes off camera, you just see like the static. You see like I don't know if that's supposed to be the demon or whatever, like a demonic figure like shows up within the static. That shot was fucking great. I think it's just one of those I feel like more people need to see. So, man, I've never seen an ending like that. I haven't seen an ending like that good in a long time. This was almost like Joker in that sense, where I was just kind of stunned after I was watching it. I'm not gonna lie, when I first watched Joker, I was kind of sitting there just like, wow. I had that feeling watching this when it got to that ending. It was just like, holy shit. Yeah. Great film. So I don't want to keep meandering. So 10 out of 10. Probably going to be the only 10 out of 10 in 2024. We'll see. Who knows? Nosferatu. I have really high hopes for that. So we'll see if maybe that'll be good. I don't know if it'll be 10 out of 10, though, because this I didn't even think it would be 10 out of 10. I thought this would be good. I didn't think it would be that good. So we'll see. I might still do Planet of the Apes, the Tim Burton one. It depends on where maybe I'll see what's going on with. It's about to be 9 o'clock now, so I'll see what's going on in the next what I'm doing in the next 3 hours. If I'm still not doing what I'm doing, if I'm still, I guess if I'm still like chilling and not, you know, doing anything, I might start the movie and we'll just review it. But if I'm doing something, I might just have to. We'll just do Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes next week. Because I do gotta watch Blade later. So, but anyway, so there's a chance there might be a Planet of the Apes review. There probably won't be. I probably will just save it for next Wednesday. Tomorrow I will be doing Nice Guys. I want to watch that again. I haven't watched it in a little bit, so that's a great one. And then Friday I will do Rise of the Planet of the Apes Friday. I do want to see that. It's been a little bit since I've seen that movie. So, but anyways, go see Late Night with the Devil. It's online now. I don't know if I think it's available digitally, or you can find it somewhere online to watch it. That's where I did. That's what I did. I very much recommend this one. Ariel. Could be a chance I might talk to y'all later, but if not, I'll talk to y'all tomorrow for Nice Guys.